hello to any replay viewers. Thanks for jumping on. I'm going to give it a moment to just see if anybody jumps on live. So if you are watching this on replay, feel free to fast forward just a bit and we will get into it. So I'm excited to talk about skincare with all of you lovelies. Skincare is something that I honestly didn't really think too much about until I reached 30, and then I'm like, I ain't getting any younger, anybody. Let me lower these lights a little bit here, these blinds. Let me fix this lighting. There we go, it's a little bit better. So yeah, I didn't really think about skincare much until I reached about the age of 30, and then I'm like, I need to do something. I wish I'd been a little more proactive in my younger years, but hey, you know, at least I'm doing something about it now. So, and I also had to introduce myself. I'm Sharice Williams. I'm a certified healing arts practitioner, spiritual guide, and doTERRA leader. And I love to talk about all things spiritual and holistic. And yeah, so let's get into it. Hi, I see somebody just jumped on live. Hello to whoever is on live. So basically, I'm going to run through why it's important to take care of our skin and be conscious of what we're putting onto our skin. I know that kind of seems a little obvious, but some of the things it may shock you to figure out or to hear about the chemicals and stuff that we put on our skin. Then we're going to talk about the top skincare issues, and I'll briefly go over some essential oils that are good for the top skin issues. After this broadcast, though, hello, Rebecca. After this broadcast, I will, in our event page group, the event page for this video class, I will post a graphic that has that breaks down the different skin issues and the oils that will be good for that. As well as I'm going to get into dilution with the essential oils with carrier oils. So again, I'll post a graphic for that breaks down the different, like how many drops of oil you use for different sized things. If you are watching this on replay and you found this over on YouTube, I will be linking this video to my blog. And in the blog post, that's where you can access the images for the oils for skin issues and the dilution ratios. Then we're going to go into some ways that you can actually start to utilize these essential oils once you know what oils you're going to use for your particular skin concerns, how to use the oils, and then I'm going to go into some of my personal favorite skincare products to use, and then I will show you guys how to make your own primer, water, and setting spray. It's what I use every single day, and I love it. So let's get into it. And also, if you guys have any questions while I'm doing the video, please post them and let me know, and I will answer them for you. Feel free to share this video out as well, because I mean, I was going to say what lady, but I mean, men are getting into the skincare game too, which is awesome. So what person do you know that wouldn't want to have some tips on natural skincare? So go ahead and share this video out. That would be awesome. And let's get into it. So basically, our skin is our #1 largest organ in our body. I guess technically it would be on our body, but our skin is an organ. A lot of people are kind of shocked to find that out, because when we think of organs, we think of our lungs and kidneys. Our skin is technically an organ. And literally anything that we put onto our skin gets absorbed into our body system. So when we're rubbing that lotion onto our skin and we're rubbing those face washes onto our faces, our body is literally absorbing everything that is in those products, which is why it is so crucial to really be conscious of the products that you are putting onto your skin. You know, if you wouldn't ingest and eat a lot of the ingredients that are in so many skincare products, you probably shouldn't put it on your skin as well, because either way, it's getting absorbed into your body one way or another. There's been studies done, and on average, people, especially women, because we do tend to use a lot more skin products than men do, use 168 chemicals a day on their body. How freaking scary is that? Literally 168 different chemicals being put onto our bodies. It's no wonder that we have so many different issues and stuff. Especially a lot of the chemicals that we apply to our skin can really mess up our hormonal systems, and that's when you get issues that really flare up with like endometriosis and PCOS and things. Those things are really triggered by hormonal imbalances, and one of the number one causes, well, I don't want to say number one, but one of the major causes that contributes to inflammation and hormonal issues is the chemicals that we are applying topically to our bodies. Not to mention the plastic that we're using. God, we use plastic for everything, especially if you heat up plastic in the microwave, which I've totally been guilty of that. Whew, that's a big no-no. That really disrupts your hormone system. But that's a whole other video. So, yeah, so this is why it's so crucial to make sure that what we're putting on our bodies is good and pure and natural and good for you. So this also, not only do you want to be aware of the actual products you're using, so if you purchase a face wash or something, being kind of aware of what ingredients are in the face wash. You also, if you're going to be using essential oils, you want to use a high quality essential oil. I say this in every single one of my videos just because it is so important. Do not go to Walmart, CVS, the grocery store, wherever, and buy essential oils from there. Those are not 100% pure. Even though it says 100% pure, it may only be a few drops of 100% pure essential oils, and then the rest is synthetics and fillers. You don't want to be putting that onto your skin. Remember, we're trying to get rid of the chemicals and the synthetics and having good, healthy things for our skin. So just really be aware of the company that you're getting your oils from. I think a lot of you know by now I am with doTERRA, and I personally choose doTERRA. Not just because I sell it and I'm trying to make a quick buck. I just really appreciate how doTERRA sources their oils and the farmers that they work directly with. A lot of the oils come from third world countries where the farmers really could use some help and have some extra money, and they help just build up the communities and pay fair wages. But more important, well, not more importantly, but more importantly for the quality of the oils, is that they source directly from where the plants are native, so you're getting a higher quality plant. They also do rigorous testing on their oils. They do in-house and third-party testing. And you can even go to sourcetoyou.com and see exactly where your bottle of oil was sourced from and its testing results. So they're 100% transparent on, you know, here's the results of the testing on this oil. So you know for a fact that you are getting a high-quality oil. And really, when you're using essential oils for anything other than even aromatically, I suggest using a high quality oil. But especially if you're going to be using it for anything on the skin, let alone internally, make sure you're using a high quality oil. And I can talk to you more about oils if you have questions about that afterwards, or like why doTERRA. But yeah, high quality oil, it matters, because we don't want those chemicals on us, right? So, all right, let's go into the top 7 skincare issues, and I'll rattle off a few oils for each category. But like I said, after this video, I'm going to be posting a graphic that will have all of these oils listed, so you can just refer to that. And again, if you're watching this replay on YouTube, head to my blog, healingmoonlumina.com, and you will find the graphics over on my blog. All right, so as I'm rattling off these skincare issues, if you feel so called to, go ahead and like or put up, you know, a thumbs up or a heart or something. Let me know if you have these kind of skincare concerns. So acne, that's something that I never really had an issue with until I got into my 30s, and then now I get fun little breakouts all over, and it's so weird. But I'm glad that I have oils that help take care of it, because they pop up and then they're gone like the next day. So if you have acne, all right, I'm seeing some hearts. If you got acne, some oils that would be good for you are cedarwood, cypress, geranium, frankincense, lavender, and tea tree. Tea tree is an excellent one for acne. Let's see. All right, oily skin, especially it's summertime. I get oily here in my nose. Well, actually, not so much anymore that I've been using these oils. I don't really get as oily as I used to. So, oily skin. And you'll see a lot of these, that's one of the cool things I love about oils, is that they're good for so many different things, because they work literally on like a cellular level with us. So even when you apply it into your skin, like we already talked about, it gets absorbed into your entire blood system into your entire body system, and it works on a cellular level to kind of I'm trying to stay compliant. Works on a cellular level to make sure everything's functioning as it should, I guess. That's compliant. So that's why when you use oil, it could be good for oily skin and acne and other things, because it's really helping to get to like the root of things. Okay, so oily skin, cedarwood, geranium, and ylang ylang would be really good oils for you to use. If you have discoloration, I'm big on the discoloration. I used to be a tanning addict, and that really messed with my skin. So if you have discoloration, Rebecca too, you got some discoloration going on? I think a lot of us do. I mean, it's common. Basil, cedarwood, lavender, frankincense, and ylang ylang would be good for you to use. All right, what about firming? Again, I said at the beginning of the video, I ain't getting any younger. I could use all the firming I want. This would also be good to, not just for your face, to firm the skin on your face, but also you could use this in like a body lotion and firm up, you know, if you got some cellulite going on your butt or hips or something, you could use some of these oils with a lotion and help firm up the skin. You're getting jiggly. I've been jiggly, man. Getting old is interesting. So firming oils would be basil, coriander, geranium, tea tree or melaleuca, and myrrh. So those are some good oils. Let's see, pores. If you're trying to minimize your pores, cedarwood, melaleuca, sandalwood, and lemongrass would be good for your pores. Let's see, cell renewal. This is another one. I mean, this is good to start even if you're younger, but especially as we get older, we need to replenish those cells because things just kind of start to slow down as we get a little older. So cell renewal. Arbor vitae, basil, lavender, frankincense, patchouli, spearmint, and thyme are good to help renew your cells here. I love patchouli in my skincare. Your pores are huge. You need all of these. Well, luckily there's some oils that, you know, you could use, like cedarwood is pretty much good for everything. Lavender as well, that's another one. Tea tree and geranium, those are all really kind of covers all your bases. Dry skin. This is, I mean, especially if you live in the northern hemisphere in the winter, it's horrible, the dry skin. So cedarwood, coriander, frankincense, and lavender, those would be good for if you have dry skin going on. And let's see. Oh, and then here's a little note just for tips for shaving. You know, if you get razor burn and stuff, or those bumps and you're going to the pool or the beach and you don't want to see any of that, again, you could use some lotion and just mix it, or you could even use some oils, like you could use coconut oil and put a couple drops of the essential oil into the palm of your hand, rub your hands together and kind of massage that into, I'm going down here because that's where I think a lot of us get the bumps from shaving, or if you get the armpit bumps. Clary sage, frankincense, patchouli, and wild orange are good oils for that. Obviously, if you're applying the oils anywhere near orifices, you like that? Orifices? Oh my god, how graphic. You obviously want to not like put it all up in there. Just, you know, massage it where you got the bumps from where you shaved. All right. Does anybody have any questions on on the skincare types or oils that I just mentioned? If not, I will just jump ahead to the next topic. So, all right, go ahead and ask if you have any questions. So let's talk about, I mentioned carrier oils. So what is a carrier oil? A carrier oil is usually made from a vegetable or a nut. It's not an essential oil. And basically you mix your essential oils into a carrier oil. And the carrier oils themselves have, let me pull up my notes here. The carrier oils themselves have their own benefits. So anything for sunburn relief. Yes, ma'am. Lavender is excellent for sunburns. So you can mix a little coconut oil or really any kind of carrier oil that you have, grapeseed oil, almond oil, and apply a couple drops of the lavender into the palm of your hand, just rub it and massage it onto the sunburn, and that's really, really good for sunburns. And actually doTERRA makes they're called touch blends, and they're already in a nice little like roller bottle like this that has the metal roller ball, and they're already pre-diluted, so you don't even have to mess with it. They're really nice that you can just throw in your purse or, you know, pool bag or something. You're welcome. And they have a lavender one. It's called Lavender Touch, and so it's lavender already diluted with fractionated coconut oil, and you can just whip it out and roll it onto wherever you have your sunburn. They're really, really handy. So yeah, carrier oils. There's multiple ones, and I actually don't have like any of my carrier oils over here with me. But some of the best ones for skincare specifically are jojoba, argan oil, rosehip seed, tamanu, I don't know how you pronounce that, and I've personally never used it, but anytime I've looked up skincare and carrier oils, tamanu oil always comes up. Evening primrose, and avocado oil. Obviously, you would maybe want to pay attention to your own personal, you know, skin type. Avocado oil I find is very heavy, so I don't like to apply it to my face. However, I do love to apply it to my stomach for my stretch marks. So, like, personally for me, the thicker oils, even coconut oil does not work good on my face, but I like it for my body. And avocado oil, like I said, excellent for the body. Rosehip seed oil and argan oil and jojoba are three really, really excellent ones for the skin, for the face. Let me see. So I'll post this link over into the event page, and also I'll link it on my blog as well, because it breaks down 7 carrier oils for the skin, and it says like why exactly they're good. Like rosehip seed oil is good for firming and improving the skin elasticity. Let's see, it helps soften and smooth the skin, calms redness and inflammation, which I have a ton of. So if you have a lot of redness and inflammation, rosehip seed oil with some lavender and geranium would be really good for you to use. Let's see here. Oh, and then vitamin E oil. This isn't necessarily a carrier oil, except it is really good for the skin. Vitamin E is excellent for the skin, and it also acts as a preservative. So really, anytime that you're making your own skincare products or essential oil blends, you always want to try to add some sort of preservative to it. And whenever I'm using any sort of skincare, making my own skincare stuff, I add a few drops of vitamin E oil, well, depending on the size of the container. But apply vitamin E oil, because yeah, like I said, not only is it good for the skin, but it'll also help to preserve your product that you created. So let's move on. Let's see, ways to use. I've already kind of mentioned a couple ways that you can use things. One really easy way, and that's the thing with essential oils too, they're not difficult to use. I think people get intimidated by the essential oils and they're like, I don't know how to use this. They're really not very difficult to use when you learn a couple ways to use them and start implementing those, and then you're like, this is pretty easy, and then you try other ways to implement it into your life. So my friend Michelle, she is like the baking soda queen, but she always talks about a baking soda mask. And you can literally just, again, in the palm of your hand, pour some baking soda, a little bit of water, and then you can add whatever oil you want to use to it, add a couple drops. And then you can even use your fingers, or if you have an old makeup brush or something, you can apply it that way. You could put it in a dish too if you don't want to use it in your hand. And then you just apply the baking soda to your clean, washed face. Apply the baking soda oil mixture and let it dry on your face, and then wipe it off of your face. And it helps to exfoliate, it helps to just brighten and smooth your skin, and then you'll also be getting the added benefits of whatever essential oil you added to it. So let's say you got some acne going on and you got some redness going on. You could add some melaleuca oil, which is also known as tea tree, and some lavender to your baking soda water mixture, and apply that to your face, and there you go. So you can really tweak all these things to your own personal skincare, which is really great. You can make your own facial serum, which I have here. I recycled. This is from an old company that I don't use this anymore because I make my own. And it comes with this nice little dropper, but you can use whatever kind of container you want. You generally, though, would usually, when you're working with essential oils, want to use a glass container versus plastic, because just sometimes, depending on the essential oil, it can cause some of the chemicals in the plastic to leach out into your oil, which we don't want to have because we're trying to eliminate the chemicals. But you can make your own facial serum. This one that I have here is rosehip seed oil, patchouli, frankincense, and geranium. And I just apply this after I wash my face. I apply that and then I moisturize. You can make your do-it-yourself primer, which I'm gonna share how to make that in a moment. And let's see what else. You can do do-it-yourself toner. So you could use witch hazel, water, and geranium, a couple drops of geranium, and put that into a little spray bottle and use that as your own facial toner. And then you don't have to get like the ones that have tons of chemicals and are really harsh for your skin and not good. The other great thing that I really love about oils and using them to make your own products is because some people are like, oh, that's so expensive for a bottle of oil. They vary in prices, but like geranium here, I think it's like $25, which people may be like, holy crap, that's expensive. But when you're thinking about it and you're literally just using like a drop here, a drop there, it lasts forever. I can't even remember. I want to say there's like 350 drops in a 15 ml bottle. So this will last you forever. Like, I'm always surprised at how long my bottles last, and I'm using oils all day, every day for everything. So you end up saving money in the long run, which is really cool. Patty asks, how many drops of those two for the mix? Don't want to dry my face up too much if possible. The acne mix you mentioned a few minutes ago. You mean, for the baking soda one? If you're doing the baking soda mask for like acne and inflammation, I would just do like 2 drops or even 1 drop. 1 drop of the melaleuca or tea tree and 1 drop of the lavender. Both melaleuca and lavender are really kind of mild essential oils, so you could even do, 2 drops melaleuca, 1 drop lavender. If you have more acne than redness, I would do 2 drops tea tree, melaleuca, and 1 drop lavender. If you have more redness, 2 drops lavender and 1 drop melaleuca. And then usually, I guess it's probably just a tablespoon of baking soda. You just kind of eyeball it. So in a dish, you could put like a tablespoon of baking soda, 2 to 4 drops of the melaleuca and the lavender, and then add water to make it into, kind of a paste, and apply that to your face. Sorry, it's not more, I'm not more detailed, but yeah, about 2 to 4 drops is fine. So let's see, what was I? Okay, so I do want to touch on citrus oils really quick. You'll notice actually a lot of, I don't even think we mentioned any citrus oils for here, except for the wild orange. Wild orange is citrus. Citrus oils, though, you need to be cautious of because they're photosensitive. So when you apply a citrus oil to your skin and then you go out into the sun, wherever you applied the citrus oil, it's extra sensitive to the sun, and you can cause serious burns. So you can apply the citrus oils, though, like if you're going to go out into the sun and you don't ever show your stomach out in the sun, you can apply your citrus oils to your stomach, soles of your feet, wherever your skin will remain covered while in the sun. Or when you apply citrus oils, you need to at least avoid the sun for 12 hours. So that's why a lot of the time they suggest not to really use citrus oils for skincare on your face, because, most of the time our face is always exposed to the sun. So you just want to be careful with that. So don't go applying lemon essential oil to your face and then go out tanning, because oh my gosh, you would regret that. And that's not just with doTERRA brand oils, that's any brand of essential oil. You want to be cautious of the citrus oils. Now that being said, though, I'm going to talk about a few of my favorite doTERRA skincare products, because doTERRA has a few different skincare lines. And there are a couple of them that have a citrus in them, I think. But depending on how an essential oil is distilled and which part of the plant is used, like bergamot, when it's the orange peel or the bergamot peel that's used to make the essential oil, that causes the sun sensitivity. But when they use the leaf to distill the oil, that doesn't have the photosensitivity. So you'll find there's a couple of doTERRA essential oil blends that have bergamot in it and they're not photosensitive. It's because of what they used, part of the plant that they used to create that specific oil. doTERRA really is handy though, and on their bottles of oil you will see they'll say the little cautions on it, and it'll say avoid sunlight or UV rays up to 12 hours after applying product. So if you're using the doTERRA oils, you can look just on the side of the bottle and see if it says to avoid the sunlight. And there you go. So I just wanted to touch on that because it is summertime, at least where I am here, and we don't want anybody getting burned. So covering that, and then I'm just going to talk really quick about my favorite skincare products from doTERRA. I've only used a few of their products so far, and I've been extremely happy with them. So I already showed you guys this one. This is called HD Clear, and this is their acne blend. It's a blend of a bunch of different types of essential oils, all already in this nice little handy roller bottle. And basically whenever you have any sort of acne, you just apply this. And this is lasting me forever. If you don't want to apply it directly to the acne, because I know some people are, they don't want germs going into the bottle, you can always apply it to your finger and then apply it to your acne, obviously with clean hands. But this I really, really love. I mean, I'll be getting a pimple and I'll put this on the night before, and I wake up the next day and it's already smaller and like drying out and no issues. Oh my gosh, I wish I did have this when I was a teenager. So this is the HD Clear. This is a must-have. Then there's also the HD Clear Face Wash. Whoop. This one is really good if you have more oily, acne-prone skin, because this will really help to balance out your skin and help tone down any breakouts and oil. This is the HD Clear Face Wash. You can't even really see this lighting. And then a face wash that I just switched to is the just doTERRA Essential Skincare line, and it's just the facial cleanser. Can't even talk. I really, really like this one a lot. I think I may, though, go back to this one for the summer because, my skin does get a little bit oilier. Not that I've been working with the oils, though. My skin isn't as oily as it used to be, so it's not so much of an issue. But those are some really great face washes and skincare. And then they have this Viraj Moisturizer. This is from doTERRA as well, and it has geranium, jasmine, juniper berry, and sea buckthorn berry, along with some other great ingredients. This is excellent moisturizer for summer because it goes on, like, it moisturizes, but it's not greasy and it doesn't feel heavy at all. It just absorbs beautifully into the skin. Holy crap, this is like the best moisturizer ever, ever, ever. Love, love, love. I'm like throwing it at you. I love this moisturizer. I don't think I'll ever be using another moisturizer ever again. So I highly suggest this one. Then there is, doTERRA has, it's basically every amazing skincare oil in one bottle. And it's called Immortelle. And let me click on this. Where is the ingredients? Okay, so, and basically this also has the most kind of pricey essential oils, but they're pricey for a reason because they're amazing. And okay, so this has frankincense, Hawaiian sandalwood, lavender, myrrh, helichrysum, and rose essential oils. All those oils are phenomenal for the skin. They're like the big boys of essential oils, and it comes in a 10 ml little roller bottle, and it's great too because it's not diluted. A lot of the roller blends that doTERRA has, it's the essential oils diluted already in a carrier oil. This Immortelle bottle, which I'm getting this month, otherwise I'd be showing it to you guys, but it's arriving this month for me. It's not diluted at all, so it's just this straight essential oils, which is so great. And this month you can get it completely for free. It's a $92 retail value, but you can get it for free this month when you enroll with an enrollment kit of at least 200 points or more. I can totally help you out with that. Why not? It's an amazing deal. Not only will you get oils that you can use for your skincare and other health benefits, but then you get this, oh my God, this oil is amazing. You get it for free this month. So message me after this, comment below, whatever, and let me help you. It's, oh, other people may be watching this video down the road. This is a free promo for June 2017. And I can't wait to get my hands on it. So with that being said, let's go into our all-natural primer, water, and setting spray. So this is really just 4 ingredients. So you're gonna need some vegetable glycerin. I got this from Boline Apothecary. This is a local apothecary here in Columbus, Ohio. So you'll need some vegetable glycerin. If you don't have a local apothecary to you, you can actually order from Boline Apothecary. You can purchase things online and they will ship it to you. But you know, look for just some vegetable glycerin. Maybe Whole Foods has some. Let's see, some vitamin E oil. And this, you want the pure vitamin E oil, not, you know, if you look on the ingredients, some of the vitamin E oils will have other things, but this one has no artificial colors, no preservatives, no mineral oil, no animal testing. And it's non-GMO as well. That's what this one is. And let's see, so glycerin, vitamin E oil. Oh, you'll need some witch hazel. This is actually witch hazel extract, which is more, it's stronger than just the regular witch hazel that you get at, you know, the drugstore or whatever, which you can use that, that's totally fine. But if you happen to use witch hazel extract, you need to use less of it than you would witch hazel that you get from, like, you know, Target. Whoop. So basically, here, I'll get into the ingredient amount in a moment. So glycerin, vitamin E, witch hazel, water, and whichever essential oil you would like to use. So you will go back and reference the sheet that I'm going to give you and figure out what you're trying to accomplish. So this would be really good. So if you're trying to create a more matte setting spray or matte primer, you would want to use, you would actually kind of use the opposite. You would use the oils that are good for oily skin because those will help to absorb oil and to mattify. So if you're wanting to create a matte primer or setting spray, you would use cedarwood, geranium, or ylang ylang. And then on the flip side, if you are trying to create a more dewy setting spray, you would use some coriander, frankincense, or lavender. So I'm kind of trying to just have a little bit of a middle of the road primer, not anything too dewy, not anything too matte. So, and then you also remember the health benefits of these. So I'm going to be using cedarwood, geranium, and lavender for my setting spray. So glycerin, there's also, all these ingredients have perks to them and benefits. So glycerin helps to lock the moisture on the skin, and it's an emollient, so it helps to make your skin soft and smooth. It can help to fade hyperpigmentation and dark spots. So again, and remember, if we have, where is it? Discoloration, cedarwood and lavender, those also help with discoloration. And this can also help give more of like a glow. So again, this will help with having a dewy primer. So you would maybe add a little bit more glycerin if you're wanting to go for a little more of a dewy primer or setting spray. And then maybe a little bit less of the glycerin if you want to have a much more matte look. So witch hazel helps fade redness and skin irritation. So the witch hazel and lavender, excellent for the redness. Excuse me. And it can help prevent acne. It controls oil and excess sweating. So again, you would maybe add more of the witch hazel if you're wanting to have more of a matte primer. And it helps to tighten the skin as well. So, and then you're going to be using purified water or distilled water, preferably not like tap water. And then the vitamin E as well. So just, and I'm using, this is a 4-ounce spray bottle, glass spray bottle. And I've already added my glycerin and everything, so you guys didn't have to sit here and watch me pour it. But it's about 3 tablespoons of glycerin, 3 tablespoons of witch hazel extract. And again, you can use a little bit more or a little bit less of the glycerin and witch hazel, depending on what your end outcome is. And then we will be doing, let me get my dilutions here. So for skincare, you want to use a dilution that's about 2% on the low end and 4% dilution on the high end. And that may not make sense to you right now, but when you look at the chart, it will. So let's see. We have, what did I say this is? 4 ounces. So we would do about, let's see, 20 drops of essential oil for this would be good. And you can just kind of judge and base what you want. So I'm going to be using geranium, lavender, and cedarwood. We'll go ahead and do 25 drops. Let me see. All right, so I'll probably do 10 drops geranium, 10 drops lavender, and like 5 or 7 drops of cedarwood. So you just drop them into your bottle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So that was 10 drops of geranium. I'm going to do 10 drops of lavender. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And obviously you can use a smaller bottle for this too if you'd like. And then we'll do 7 drops of cedarwood. Sometimes they come out fast and then other ones come out slower. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Come on now, cedarwood. Oh, I think we got 8 drops in there. All right, and then I'm just gonna add a few, like probably 5 drops or so of the vitamin E oil to help as a preservative. So like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then that is it. And then we will fill the rest of this up with distilled water or filtered water. And there you go. And then that's it. You can use this, like I said, as a primer water or a setting spray. I personally don't use it so much as a primer, but I do use it as a setting spray. If I'm not really wearing any makeup, I will spray this on and then I'll just apply some like loose powder or something, especially if I'm going to be just going outside in the sun and sweating all my makeup off anyway. It does help to let the powder adhere better to your skin, but it works really, really good as a setting spray. That's personally how I prefer to use it. And it feels so refreshing on your face when you spray it. And then you get the benefit of knowing that you're not applying a bunch of gross chemicals, you know, and think of how much like the really high-end expensive primer waters and setting sprays are, like the Smashbox and stuff. Those are pricey. And basically you're spending for the amount of one essential oil, that's what you're buying 1 bottle of setting spray for usually. And once you're done with that bottle of setting spray, you're done. But if you invest that money in a couple essential oils, you can basically make like so many more bottles of setting spray than you could if you just went to the store and bought it. So not only do you know exactly what's in it, and you can literally tailor it to your specific skin type, you're saving money, it's healthier for you. It's win-win-win all around. So that is what I got for you guys. Let me know if you have any questions on, you know, essential oils that are good for your skin. Let me know if you want to get that free Immortelle essential oil blend with all the great stuff in it, like rose, frankincense, sandalwood. I can't wait until I have it. All right, thank you guys for hanging out with me. It was great to see you. Peace and love, everybody. Bye.